Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for the second episode for Skylanders Superchargers Supercharger Noir Locke Wii U Edition here on the channel. I pressed X rather than Y for some strange reason, but now those crates are destroyed, which I'm very glad about because they looked at me funny and they had it coming, that absolute destruction right in their face, just smashed it in, and now I need to pick my controller back up because it's kind of hard to, hold a controller with no hands. It's a pro controller of which, because if I was playing with a Wii U gamepad right now, I'd have to be literally insane because that gamepad is far too bulky to be functional, and I hate it. This is what I have a pro controller for. As I say, we are back here today with Cloud Weaver's Cragger, a level I've very much been looking forward to because you get to ride on the back of a dragon, which is insane, and I love dragons, so anything involving dragons, in my book, is an instant win. It's Persephone! Oh, I love myself a little bit of Persephone. What I love even more is purposely mispronouncing her name, like we used to in the classical nostalgic days of Skylanders Adventure. Now, just like the previous episode, my lighting seems to be going all over the place due to the reliance on natural lighting coming from the sun out that window. I could be doing some artificial lighting thrown in here, but you know what? Never mind, because that would involve too much thinking ahead, and I need to save all of my brain cells for the upcoming Skylanders battles because they can be tough. They can even be a little bit of a marathon, given how, long-winded the games can get, but that just adds to their intensity and just overall the satisfaction in finally taking home that victory at the end of the day. Yeah, this is great, Persephone. I don't really care. That's the problem, I don't really care, but let me know in the comment section below how your fine Thursday evening is going. I have very little upgrades, oh dearie me, let's hope that that doesn't cause problems for Astro Blast over here. I really should be utilising this legendary version right now, the one which isn't, not fully upgraded. Because it is fully upgraded, and isn't not, they're two negatives, they cancel each other out. Which is why statements like never fail to disappoint is one that really confuses me. Because it turns out never fail to disappoint means that you're disappointed by someone, so it's a negative thing to say about someone's performance. If you say someone's performance never fails to disappoint, you're saying that their performances always disappoint. What you want to say to compliment someone is never fails to impress. Their performance never fails to impress, which means their performance always impresses you. Wow, we got 2 Soul Gems in a row. Where is the Soul Seekers series when you need it? 3 Soul Gems in a row! If this was Soul Seekers, man, I'd be popping off right now. We even got Sharkshooter Terrafin, a character of which made his debut in the previous episode, but we haven't seen many characters even debut yet, but that's because we also haven't had many episodes. This is only the second one, might I remind you? And say these episodes certainly are longer than your usual Locke videos because we're going through all of these areas rather than chapters, which are checkpoints, and we're doing so with full exploration. We're doing every vehicle section, we're garnering every Supercharger's chest, and we're watching cutscenes along the way because, again, the uniqueness of the noir element of this series, meaning that the cutscenes are in black and white, well, for visually distinctive nature of that change makes them cutscenes worth watching. Yep, your boy Sharkfin, he definitely has his means of which he acquired his wealth, shall we say. Oh no, of course he didn't do the work himself. I mean, I granted these reactions, I do admit, are delayed. Oh well, this is what happens when I don't have any gameplay noise coming through right now. I really miss having the music in the background here, or just any sort of gameplay noise in the background, but if I did have it, it would echo in the background, and therefore the gameplay audio wouldn't sound the finest, which is why I have my TV muted, my laptop muted, so that then you don't hear the gameplay echoing. You see the sacrifices I'm making for you guys? You're welcome. And this right here is why you can't actually beat this game without a supercharger, because you can't get past this point without a supercharger, as you need to upgrade your vehicle. It's the only time in a Skylanders game where you need the gimmick coming from that game in order to beat it. You can beat Trap Team without Trap Masters, you can beat Swap Force without Swappers, you can beat Giants without giants. You cannot beat Superchargers without a Supercharger. Luckily, they give you a free Supercharger so long as you own the game, which very clearly I do. Otherwise, how would I be playing it? So long as you own the game, when there is no Skylander currently on the portal, you can use Instant Spitfire. I feel like they created Instant Spitfire not only for whenever you bought the game digitally, so you didn't have the figurines, but also just in case you lost Spitfire and then you couldn't get past that specific part of the game without him. So yeah, they give you Instant Spitfire when there is no other Skylander currently on the portal. Oh my god, so much sitting around and talking. Get to the action. Let me play the video game. I have a video game right now and I would love to actually play it, even though it seems to be asking for a lot. And as always, we have this in the background because I do not trust such a fragile figurine to be placed elsewhere. So that's pretty much going to be the background throughout the entirety of the series, especially since I'm going to be recording this in bulk. This is going to be a series recorded over the time span of 2 days. Today and tomorrow, boom, I'll have the entire series recorded by then, and because they're releasing weekly, it means that after I record for the finale, it's not going to come out until 13 weeks after I record it. Yeah, the finale isn't even going to be coming out this year. The finale is an entire year away, because it will debut in 2023 sometime. I'm not sure if the finale will be the only episode that debuts in 2023. I haven't exactly done the math, and you know what? I can't be asked to do the math because instead I'm way too busy being excited to invest myself in the world of the Cloud Reaver's Crag. Let's go! Boy, am I looking forward to this. Cutscene time! Oh, I said it that way, I just did, so where's mighty tough look? You're gonna have to deal with it. Did you really need to change my perspective like that? I mean, it was fine, wasn't it? It was fine. But now the developers said no, so they changed our perspective anyways. Yeah, Flynn didn't make the smoothest job of that rift portal right there, having been created. It was very convenient to have rifts to teleport us to and fro Skylands rather than flying everywhere. Man, I have an itchy mustache today, apparently. Flynn not doing so good. But I'm doing good. I get to play the best level in the video game right now. Yay! I love playing the best game. I love playing the best level in the video game. I was about to say best video game in the level. How do you get a video game inside a level? Levels are in video games. That's what video games are made up of. Multiple levels. If video games didn't have levels, then, well, how will you progress? Like, lack of progression in games is what makes certain games kind of suck. AKA, you know, loot-based games, ones that require hours upon hours of grinding before you can get to harder levels. The repetitive nature of those games makes them ones which aren't the most admirable, shall we say. I'd much rather play literally any other game. Oh, here I am forgetting that kit does pretty much no damage whatsoever, which is why you got to combine it with your other attacks, especially since it's useful for its knockback capabilities, so you can knock back an enemy and then hone in on them with all your other attacks, mind you. Conquered by Chaos, that's inconvenient. I'd rather not have this area conquered by Chaos right now. I don't think the people here would rather be conquered by Chaos neither. Okay, when is the element popping up? The element is going to be of the undead. So now that we are in a safe spot, let's take that guy off the portal and replace him with Fiesta, which you just saw temporarily make his cameo in front of the face cam, or cameo in front of the face cam even, because, you know, I had to move him from being beside me on my desk to on top of my portal on the other side of the desk. Okay, here we are. I really need to stop having an itchy mouth. This is the joys of a face cam. You get to see all of my little distractions I have for myself whilst I play through these video games, mind you. All of the things I get up to. Normally when you don't see a face cam, this is the kind of thing that I do whilst I commentate for the Soul Seeker series. I itch my face, which luckily that's for most of your concerns. I'm not one of those people who will chew on their fingernails, because that is disgusting, unhygienic, and I hate people who do that, which is why I don't do that, because then I'd be awfully hypocritical, wouldn't I? Okay, the hope is that Fiesta is fully upgraded, because if he isn't, the last thing we need is a weaker character to be even weaker. No, another witch picture. I don't want anything to be pitched to me. Especially since most things I'm pitched are terrible ideas. So no, don't be pitching witches. Sounds like a terrible idea for a pitch. Anyway, enough for ha-ha funny puns. Who am I kidding? There's never enough for ha-ha funny puns to go around. Okay, these things have got to go. Apparently I did a combination there, which I definitely meant to do. Man, this thing's taking its time to die. Oh crap, there's so many enemies around here. Luckily we destroyed that thing, so now no more enemies will continue to spawn in. Die, 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 die. Yay! Death. Oh, it's going to be mine if I'm not careful. Okay, if we stick around, that guy's going to give us some food if we speak with him. And that's going to be very convenient, because that's exactly what we need right now. Yeah, Fiesta not the strongest in combat, which is why I'm using him now rather than later, when the levels get harder and combat gets worse, because otherwise Fiesta in the late levels will not last long in combat. Give him for screen time whilst he can survive it, mind you. Okay, here we are. We're gonna smash that thing in. We could continue to listen to that guy up top there, you know, as part of the comedic prowess of this game, what he has to say and how he's not very good about being subtle about it, but yeah, we're just gonna skip over all that all the same. Oh boy, it's more, you know, people to be pitching their witches to me, and I don't want witches to be pitched. I want something better to be pitched. After all, only the best pitches are the ones that get picked up upon by the people you are pitching to. Anyway, that's sorted. Now let's destroy some stuff, mainly for looking at me funny, no other reason. Boom. Boom. Yeah, baby, now we just need the circular unit. And now, just like that, open sesame. You get to head into the bright glowy door, because what could possibly go wrong with heading into the bright glowy door? I mean, clearly nothing went wrong, because in the end we got a supercharger vault. But still, normally that's a lot more ominous. What could possibly go wrong? Those words. The fact that you know you're just asking for a jinx and karma whenever you say those words, that is the true thing. That sends shivers straight through my spine. Okay, here we are. I have so much money. Okay, here we are. I have so much money. Thank you, folks. I'll be here all week. And you can find me on iTunes. Okay, let's destroy some stuff. Yay, I love destroying stuff. My favourite pastime. My Amigo's doing some damage. Nothing else is, however. Okay, that's got to go. Oh man, I need to watch out for these guys. Otherwise they'll hit me, and that will be how I die. By getting hit a lot. Ow. What hit me? I couldn't even see what hit me there, because the projectile came from behind the face cam. So the TV, if part of the TV that's blocked off, is exactly where the projectile came from. And that's why I couldn't see it. I skipped that. Didn't mean to skip that. Oh well, looks like we get to switch from one Nintendo vehicle to the other. Whoop back Nintendo time. Whoop back Nintendo time. Yeah. Again, be on iTunes, and I'll be here all day. Hopefully not, because having to suffer through that singing all day, it would be tyranny, to say the least. I could say more, I'm just not, which is why the least is being said. Ooh, more stuff. Which is money, gibbets, money, stuff. Ooh, Earth. Earth has popped up. So let's be taking Fiesta off the portal. It will update as soon as we land, and placing onto the portal as his replacement will be not any regular old smash hit. Instead, I have the smash hit custom that Skylanders made for me. Now, the black and white do not do the colours on this character justice, but you can still see that Smash Hit's Wrecking Ball is a literal wrecking ball, and it is the coolest concept for a custom ever. The creativity is marvellous. Without further ado, let's place him onto the portal. You can't tell from black and white, but Wrecking Ball, he's been repainted, so he's brown and white, so he really meshes well with the rest of the Earth element, and Smash Hit himself is decked out in gold and all that. Speaking of gold, he's going to need a lot of it, because this Smash Hit is not leveled up, And not upgraded neither. It sure is a good thing this is a vehicle section, which hopefully we can get through unscathed, but if we ever are to run into an earth section in this level, I got to make sure that we switch out for Sharpshooter Terrapin instead of one that is upgraded and does actually have a level above level 1, otherwise Smash Hit will die and I won't be able to use his custom throughout the rest of this series, and I will be very sad, especially since in the original Superchargers Noir Locke we didn't lose any characters until the C section in Chapter 3, so I'm hoping, well not Chapter 3, for third area for Cloud Kingdom, so I'm hoping for the same level of success here, or hopefully an even better one. Anyway, let's destroy those things, and then now that we're up top, fire has appeared, so let us take advantage once again of the Wii U exclusive characters and place onto the portal none other than Hammer Slam Bowser, as my eye apparently is itching like the rest of my face apparently. Yeah, what's the point in even playing a Wii U version if I don't play as the Wii U characters, am I right? Plus Hammer Slam Bowser, again, he is the best character to come from the entirety of this game, which makes him better than Lava Lance Raptor and Spitfire by default. And that's not me throwing shade upon Spitfire and Lava Lance Raptor, because those characters are actually really good. It just so happens that Hammer Slam Bowser is insane. The fire element in this game is just good, period. Even with vehicles, like the Burn Cycle is probably the best vehicle besides the Gold Rusher. I do love the Burn Cycle, it controls with such fine maneuverability and the power is insane. Die! I mean, so far the Barrel Blast has kind of proven itself as well, not gonna lie here. Die! I need more death from you both. Death and die and destruction. Yeah, baby. That's what we're talking about. That's a potion. I want a potion. My potion. Mine. I want the potion. Or, you know, maybe I couldn't get the potion. Maybe that could also be a possibility because getting the potion is clearly asking for too much. More gear bits for me. So many gear bits for me. I love the gear bits. And now I'm ricocheting off God knows where because the physics in this game. As many things. Reliable and consistent are neither of them. Okay, let's destroy that fella right there. Yeah, get wrecked on the board. That's what I have explosive barrels for. Wow, the hitbox in that mod was very generous, but you know what? We'll take it, especially since now we've got a factory valve horn for the barrel blaster. Okay, let's get some fools. Yeah, baby. Death will do him part, because he's now in parts. We blew him up. He's got, you know, a piece of him here, a piece of him there, just a piece of him everywhere.
It's a gift. Oh, it's your parting gift, in that it will part you. Part of you here, part of you there, and part of you way over there, staining the wall.
Even though it looked more like a machine to me, so could you even call it a him? Ooh, now we get to bang the gong! Yeah, baby! Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to driving along the back of that dragon, of which the road is a lot longer than it looks. Then again, the dragon from that distance might not accurately depict its scale, or its scales, because it has many, many scales. It's a dragon, for Pete's sake. They're going to have scales, and one that size is going to have a lot of them. We want gold gain. I think my characters are more under-upgraded than what they are under-leveled. With the exception of Smash Hit, obviously, as my face continues to be itchy for once. Can my face just not be itchy when I have a face cam? Can my face just be cam rather than itchy? Is that asking for too much? Is it too much cam? Can the cam not handle this much cam? I was about to say, can the cam not handle this cam? It's just, cam is all that's on my mind, and it's clearly driving me insane. And if you thought this was insane, just imagine how insane it would be if I was using the gamepad right now. Yuck, the gamepad. Light is stronger. It's time to head back to Astro Blast. He started this episode off, and now he gets to continue with screen time in this episode. Yeah, there you go. Destruction. We love to see it. We love to see it. Probably should have waited. Created a trap out of that, but never mind. Yeah, die, baby, die. Boom, 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 boom. Oh man, I wanted that to do more damage. Okay, we'll charge it up and we'll do it again. And do it again. Yeah, baby! Okay, knock him back. Continue to blow him up. Perfection at hand. And now I'm getting hit. That's not so much perfection, but luckily that's what we have food for. Okay, watch out for the witch beacher. Yeah, there you go. Okay, knock them back. Fantastic. And knock them back so that then they can't do nothing. They had no chance, baby. Anyway, speaking of no chance, there is no chance the light element will be stronger here in this C section. So it looks like we're going to be swapping out from Astro Blaster God knows who yet again just to make a change. Shitzer. I hope that's his name rather than Shitzer. Because Chitzer and Shitzer, one sounds a lot more innocent than the other. Maybe it's just Cheezer. Maybe it's Pizza. Maybe somehow in some bizarre twist of fate that is the new way in which you have to spell pizza. Anyway, let's be taking the Barrel Blaster off and be replacing it with the Splatter Splasher. Once again, I almost dropped one of the vehicular units, but luckily for me, that's what I got my insane reaction skills for. You're welcome, Stealth Stinger. Now, when I switch out of the Stealth Stinger during the Sky section of this level, it better not let me down, not after that legendary catch. Okay, now they see me dive in. They hate it. Okay, where's some stuff that I can blow up? Because I love blowing stuff up. Yeah, there you go. Very satisfactory to blow stuff up. Very satisfactory indeed. There's the first of several blockades to go. And we could explore this area more vividly. I just won't. Anyway, water is stronger here, so it's time for a little bit of deep dive Gil Grant. And his cameo, going straight from the face cam right there, to be placed upon the portal of power. Ah, the power of the portals. We love to see it, we do. We love to see it. Okay, let's destroy that. Once again, mainly if you look at me funny. And we'll head in this general direction because we're playing a game of say exactly what you're doing. So clearly me doing it isn't good enough and I need to explicitly explain exactly what it is I'm doing.
There's still one train left.
In other words, I need to point out the fucking obvious for some reason. Man, this is what charisma sounds like. Again, 21-year-old man plays Skylanders on the internet and he swears for some reason despite the game being child friendly. So, let's be diving on down. Moving on from this topic entirely, apparently, because this is one thing I'm good at, is changing the subject. Ouch. Much pain. Changing the subject reminds me of my school days and how I have so many interesting stories to dive into. Obviously, a lot of them is personal, but one of which involves a time when we were contemplating changing schools purely because the secondary school we had at the time, it didn't have the greatest, most reputation, and my mum wanted us to study someplace better. She thought that we deserved better learning than what we was receiving, and in the end, like when we had our induction to the school we was planning on changing to, there was literally nothing that that school offered which we didn't already have, and it just took us, you know, practically losing the school we already had to learn it. You know, sometimes being able to step back and see things from a different perspective allows you to realise that you actually had everything you needed in front of you the entire time. And that's what I found out. I also hated the commute because for school that we would have changed to, yeah, it was double for commute. It went from a 10-minute drive to a 20-minute drive, which I wasn't the largest, most fan of. Plus my cousin studied there, and the last thing you need is two cousins in the same room. What would you like to do? We would like to play and hopefully win. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, and all that. Once everything loads up, that is. Luckily, they kick things off with the rock, and I can easily kill the rock. Kill the rock. I mean, I can't actually kill the rock. I think Dwayne Johnson is a bit too powerful. I think, in fact, I'm pretty sure he is invincible. So killing him is one thing that would be an impossibility, and I would never be able to pull that off. Plus, I'd make a lot of people sad, including myself, because Dwayne Rock Johnson, pretty likeable guy, not gonna lie. Let's bring out the stone that will survive this here confrontation. Boom, and we deal with 2 damage. Nice. but we still currently are behind because we start at a deficit of 10 health. Okay, luckily it's not something like Golden Queen, which gives them 10 more health, because the last thing we need to do is have to deal 50 damage to them. That would be overkill, pretty much. Oh, yes, I like that. All friendly Skylanders gain 2 attack this turn, but the problem is that we sacrifice Wheel Locke because he wouldn't survive the confrontation, and I'd rather survive it. That would put us in a much better position. So even though we can't summon any Spellpunks into empty enemy slots, we can at least ensure that we have Skystones moving into the next round. No matter the buffs, you want to make sure you always have Skystones in play. Oh no, that's the last thing I wanted to happen. We could have defeated that stone if it literally attacked anyone else. Luckily though, they're down to 21. Once again, as soon as we get to a confrontation where Marshall Wheel Locke can at least destroy the enemy stone, we will use it. But for now, actually no one can survive this, so we might as well use Wheel Locke. Get the buff to our attacks. I mean, had we not used Wheel Locke, we could have at least defeated that stone, rather than getting defeated by it. But you know what? Dealing 9 damage isn't too shabby neither. 2012. Giants release year specifically. So by the time this video goes out, my premiere for the Skylanders Giants 10-year anniversary would have actually been yesterday. So I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed that video. I put a lot of hard work and effort into it. And it was so much fun to record and edit, even though I haven't done any of that yet, as of recording of this. But no doubt, I had fun doing it, when I get around to doing it, that is. But I will do it. It's the Giants 10-year anniversary. It's something worth celebrating. I have lots of very personal experiences with that game to go through, and that's what the video is going to be focused around. It's also going to be formative as well. We're going to look at behind the scenes and all sorts. I kill you. You hear me? I kill you. I bring death. Death! Oh, sweet glorious death. And just like that, he's lost. No matter what he does, he has lost. Not this round, but he is lost all the same. I was about to say, unless he killed off my water stone with that random attack right there. But you know what, if it just so happened to hone in on me, then I would call hacks. Random my arse, in other words, but hey ho, we won in the end and we got a Skystone for our efforts, one which we are definitely going to be adding to our deck because 5 health is very particularly useful. Okay, we can jettison ourselves forward now with our primary attack. There we go. I'm still getting used to the controls of this game for some reason, even though it's the exact same in terms of the button placement as the PlayStation 4 version, but for some reason it being on Wii U is the thing that's thrown me off. Okay, up we pop. We're not even going to bother exploring this explosive C-section vehicle because C-sections are not fun, and therefore I shall not explore them. I shall get through them as fast as ASAP. Okay, sweet, that's all fantastic. Boom, get murdered. Yeah, baby, they got murdered, and we love to see it, we do. Now we can use our trident, we can be all Aquaman on its ass and earn some sparks in the process. Who would have known that Aquaman was so effective in igniting the fire, and by using a spark to ignite the fire, I mean using a spark to earn a Portal Master rank up instead. 2 completely different things, and yet somehow I'm relating them. I'm relating 2 completely unrelatable things. That's the might of the Igknight style for you. Okay, more money, don't mind if we do, even though I'm pretty sure Gilbert is fully upgraded. I hope so. You'd think so, after he wound up becoming the final survivor in the original run of this log, which I did on PlayStation 4, mind you. So yeah, hopefully he will be as effective at surviving this time around as he was in the initial run. That would be glorious. For more Skylanders, the merrier. In Locks, less is not more, more is more. It's one of the only cases where more is more. Anyway, we need light, so let's bring out more light, as, you know, Deep Dive Gilbert once again gets his cameo.
Ready, set.
Yeah, ready, set, glow, alright. Okay, let's shoot some fools. They had it coming, because they looked to be funny. If they didn't want to die, they shouldn't have looked to be funny for fools. Okay, boom, let's knock him back. Oh, let's knock him off, actually. Even better plan, yes! Now that is how you make mincemeat out of enemies right there, and we love to see it. We love to see it. Oh, more enemies, yay. Big fan of enemies, because it means I get to murder them. Commit murder! Yay, my favourite thing. You see, that fits right alongside the song where they go, these are just a few of my favourite things. You just throw murder in there. Murder. And these are just a few of my favourite things. I don't know how the rest of the song goes. I just know it now, because I said so. Murder is a part of it. Murder is one of the few of my favourite things. So, let's be conducting this kite minigame because why not? It's an open world area worth exploring, so we are therefore gonna explore it. There's one of the main reasons why I love Cloud Breather's Crag. And again, there are many reasons why I love Cloud Breather's Crag. There are very few reasons to not like this level. It's a very likeable level indeed. Collect the coins. I need them. I need them. Now, obviously, rather than going out and having bought a Wii U Pro Controller, I could have just used the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, but those are just as bad as the Wii U Gamepad. I need a controller. I don't need whatever gimmick Nintendo is throwing at me. It's a controller. I need a controller. A controller is what I need. I also needed some money right there, and it seems as though it's the money that I got alongside a wish stone to call my own. Yeah, baby. You knew that was coming. Yeah, the signature right there. You might as well just sign paperwork, yeah baby, when it comes from me, because that is, like I say, my signature. I don't think I can get through an entire situation without saying it. It's basically habit at this point. Ooh, money, money, money. Gotta love ourselves some money. Also saving the miners, we rescued them. We are rescuers. The title of which, for Rescuers, is one of Disney's darkest most films, shall we say. If you're in the mood for a little bit of dark, pre-modern animated Disney, Rescuers is where you're going to find it. It's been years since I've seen that film. In fact, I can't even remember if I have seen that film. I just know that when people talk of it, they talk of it being one of Disney's darker most films. Ooh, let's kill some things. Yeah, I love killing stuff, in case that's not abundantly obvious already. Okay, let's push that, kill the enemy in the process. Yeah, baby. And now we get to push more stuff, which is an instant win. I love the fact that this buff with the atoms that go around us is a permanent buff. Yeah, it's very much welcome. It means we deal damage to anything within our vicinities thanks to the might of that aura right there. Our aura, it is unstoppable. It's like Lucario at 200%. You're not going to beat a Lucario at 200%. Good luck, mate. Unless you hit them once. But hitting them even once for Lucario at 200% is something easier said than done. Don't tick off a Lucario. Maybe that to be our lesson, and perhaps even the title of the episode. We'll have to wait and see. Just don't piss off a Lucario and you'll be fine. Ouch. Much pain. This is what happens when you don't platform correctly. Ouch. Even more pain. Somehow I'm not dead, and we'll take it. Oh, that guy also isn't dead. Really get sniped of the century right there, not gonna lie. Anyway, in which order do these things go? I think the square is the one that's all the way up and round once again, so let's get to it. I was correct, there is the square as well as a gem, which we could be doing with, because Astro Blast, as we all know, isn't yet fully upgraded. We've got to be careful with how our laser ricochets though, otherwise we're going to wind up accidentally hitting the wrong ones. Oh, our atoms hit them as well. That's convenient, we can just walk into them. Yeah, baby! So let's head through the door. And now we have a Superchargers chest, which is going to be very convenient for our treasure counter right now, because we need that to increase. And the perfect way to make it increase is with the might of a treasure-filled vault. The Sunrunner spikes. They seem appropriate, given that the Sunrunner is the vehicle that corresponds with Astro Blast. It's a very aesthetically pleasing hat for this specific character, which is why we wore it in the first place. Plus, let us not forget that now hats are legal. And why are they legal? Because I said so is why. And what I say goes, it's like opinions. If your opinion is different to mine, then your opinion is wrong by default, because that's just how opinions work. Anyway, it's time for the Barrel Blaster once again. We can jettison ourselves off, and then we can switch out, depending on whichever element is randomly generated for this section. I say that, I feel like vehicle sections might be predetermined, but they'd be the only ones that are predetermined if they were predetermined, and they also might not be, so I could be wrong in stating that in the first place. Ooh, who would have known that these, you know, airships were so bouncy? Somehow we're not popping them neither as we bounce along them. And it is fire! We're gonna kill this thing, and then we're gonna switch out for... let's do Lava Lancer I think. For now, Hammerstone Bounce has had enough screen time, so I think it's time for a new fire character to make their debut. That being Lava Lancer right here. Yeah, this thing has got to go. Oh yeah, and also for elements of the Supercharger, like gates, they're also predetermined, so they're the same elements no matter what, which is why for one here is life. Chapter 3 is tech, and chapter 4 is undead, and so on and so forth. I have ceased to continue mentioning what the other elements are because I forgot what the elements of all the other areas are. Again, I keep saying chapter 4 rather than Land of the Undead because, say, it's an area that we're going through each episode, not a chapter, because chapters are checkpoints, which is why we have 52 chapters. They are the same as saying that the game has 52 checkpoints. Ooh, even more money. I love the money. Money is, you know, something that I am of a big fan of. And we get to stick the landing. Woohoo! Yeah, no, I love sticking that landing right now. Okay, let's be jettisoning ourselves off once again. Boom, baby. I'm just getting rich so quickly. Like, the Barrel Blaster has already got a couple of thousand gear bits. Oh. Well, those were some whacked up physics right there. That's just the joy of the Cloud Breathers Crag for you. The main reason why I love this vehicle section is not only for the sake of the coolness, as we are literally racing along the back of a dragon right now. That is epic. What is just as epic is the jankiness. You perform feats of impossibilities and defy all laws of physics in ways that you cannot in any other section of the game. This section is superior, all other vehicle sections inferior. In the words of the mighty Soundwave. Best Transformers character ever! Okay, my question is, will the fire element remain? So far it is, and I'm okay with that because it means more screen time with your boy Lava Lancer over here. We definitely want to get all the sparks along the way because the more buffs we can get from Portal Master ranking up, the better. Ooh, not we, actually. I had not nearly enough momentum for that. There you go, that's much better. Okay, watch out for bumpers along the way, which we're not doing a very effective job at looking out for. Okay, let's try and squeeze on through. Man, I love the fact that even when you come to points where you should be squashed, you can't actually physically squeeze this guy into nothingness and just explode in blood, guts and gore, because that's not what this game is about. We don't want to see cute little gremlin fellas squashed into absolute nothingness. That would be a brutal crushing, even though there is this guy named Crusher who crushes stuff. But, you know, when enemies are being crushed, it's okay. When it's cute little gremlin fellas, not so much. Okay, let's be jettisoning off again. I forgot the dash button for a moment there. Again, it being on Wii U is really physically throwing me off for some reason. I suppose that's the handicap of this series. Clearly, for nightmare difficulty and for vehicle deaths, weren't handicap enough. And now I also need to handicap myself with the Wii U version. A new element has popped up, which means tech has made its debut, so it's time for yet another one of the Supercharger quote-unquote revamps. This time it is Trigger Happy. You kind of saw from the back of his coat right there, but, you know, I think we deserve some glorious moments of close-ups with this guy in the face cam, as it's one magnificent figurine indeed. He's a rather showman's-like character. Yeah, after all, he has the Vega-style jacket and with the golden guns with the rings of fire around them. I just love what they did with this character. The revamp really expanded upon his personality and created a showmanship version of Trigger Happy, which is definitely appropriate given his wild side. And that right there is the allergy speaking. Oh, we gotta rock our stick back and forth for yet another Soul Jam. This time, the Soul Gem belonging to that of Deep Dive Gilburn as I itch my nose. We're not going to be previewing him as per the norm. This is no Soul Seeker series, and if it was a Soul Seeker series, boy, I would be successful in seeking out souls right now. I think I've found maybe 8 or so of them by the time of level 2. I've recorded, well, I've got live with 2 episodes of the Skylanders Superchargers Soul Seeker series as of the recording of this video, and in those 2 episodes, I haven't been nearly as successful with soul seeking as I have in this series, which is hilarious. Anyway, what's also hilarious is that Nintendo vehicles, who even wants those, right? What I want instead is stealth stinging vehicles. We're going to be stinging them, and we're going to be doing it sneakily with stealth. We're going to be silent but deadly. Yeah, let's be jettisoning it off once again as I itch my face once again just to make a change. And we're going to be shooting some stuff. Again, my favourite activity and all that. Can't emphasise this enough. Boom! Get destroyed. Wow, that definitely peaked in the audio right now. And you know what? You guys are going to have to deal with it. All this hecticness of my commentary. You all get the untamed version. No cuts, no if, no buts, and no coconuts.
No cuts, no butts, no coconuts.
Okay, let's kill some more guys. Yes. Kill. Kill. Kill! Wow, that wasn't a very effective kill now, was it? How dare you shoot me? That's just so unbelievably rude, old chap. Here, let's heal ourselves up and go all stealth-like whilst we're at it. But yeah, no ifs, no buts, no coconuts. That reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph. I can't remember if it came from the first movie or the second movie, that joke, but either way, they made a second Wreck-It Ralph movie, and it wasn't nearly as good as the first. They did the same mistake with Frozen 2, which is why Disney's sequels, for animated ones at least, they kind of suck. They should definitely stick with the originals, because at the end of the day, the originals are the best films they've made in years. Zootopia and Encanto are exceptional, and definitely worthy of the Oscars they've won. Big Hero 6, on the other hand, not so much, but post Big Hero 6, Disney originals have been excellent and worthy Oscar award winners. Big Hero 6 is good. It's not nearly as good as How to Train Your Dragon 2, which is, in my opinion, what would have been the worthy Oscar winner. But unfortunately, the Oscars don't really care about what I want. Otherwise, they would have gave Mitchells vs. Machines the award as well. You know, my guys are always snubbed. I mean, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse at least won for Oscar for Best Animated Feature. That made me happy. I wasn't expecting it, and that's what made me all the more happy, because Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was absolutely the one that deserved it more than anything else. What is going on right now? I would beg the question, how do we get here? But once again, that would be rhetorical, so there'd be no use in even bothering to try to find the answer to that. There is no answer. Yes! We saved the temple by some miracle. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! I mean, I could continue with this, but that's going to be just as annoying as that entire sky section is, and I did not want to be a hypocrite and talk about how annoying that sky section was, whilst also being annoying myself. I vow from this day forward to never, ever be annoying. A vow which I vow to break in the next 2 seconds, because no doubt I will find some sort of way to be annoying. I will take an annoying scenario, and I will somehow find a way to make it even more annoying. It's the same with anything that is sarcastic. Like, no matter how sarcastic the situation is, I will find a way to make it more sarcastic somehow. Oh, fella, you have got to go, man. You have got to go. Also, if an element of the area was active during that sky section, I do apologise for my lack of paying attention skills. I was a bit too busy, having to deal with the crappiness of the situation where my game decided to bug out on me. Okay, you've got to go, man. Take my mashing skills to the face out. I suppose I'll be taking their mashing skills to the face as well. Freaking witch pictures. Who do they think they are? Coming onto the back of my dragon like this and hitting my Skylander. Well, it's not my dragon, but I have to make the joke of possession and being a little bit too prideful over it. Not a typical gag, but one I made all the same. And yes, let's not forget, gag and joke are one and the same thing. Unless you're talking about actual physical gagging, in which case that is no joke, because actual physical gagging could cause suffocation and death. So, Hopefully I'm not making you gag right now from this cringiness you see before you. That'd be nasty. What's not so nasty is that we finally get to see the debut of Turbocharged Donkey Kong right here. Yeah, that magnificent, handsome face right there with this awesome jumpsuit is about to be transferred from this physical figurine into the game, where, after all this time, not only am I realising that I'm not switched to Skylander on the base, boom, that's better, I about dropped my controller in the process of showcasing that with my own 2 hands. That's why you should always have one hand on the controller. But say, we've previously had a switched up Nintendo combination with Bowser and the Barrel Blaster, and now we finally get Donkey Kong and the Clown Cruiser. You know, a shifty combination, the opposite of the one that is intended. And we've seen them both. It's glorious. Glorious indeed. Okay, let's destroy that. Yeah, baby. But for some reason, Vicarious Visions in their game just love the idea of like combining things aesthetically, like swappers that you can combine aesthetically to either make a you know, complete swapper or some sort of weird meshed up abomination. And say you can combine superchargers with their different vehicles in this game in a similar fashion, I suppose. You know, you could pair Double Dare Trick Happy with Splatter Splashes just to look weird, because those two combinations are far from aesthetically pleasing. Okay, let's kill it. Kill it. Wow, he just doesn't want to die, doesn't he? Even with the might of my life skills. Ouch. Kind of took that one to the face. That's not a life skill I would recommend you guys picking up for yourselves. Patience is a virtue, it's just not one of mine, apparently. How do we initiate super mode? I forget. Is it holding the A button? Oh, no, that's what we do by holding the A button. I didn't even know he did that. What do we hold the X button for? So that's just pounding it. What about the Y button? Oh, there you go. Found for super mode. With Bowser, obviously, it's incredibly easy because you can just press the X button. But with this guy, he's healing 100 damage as we go along. Man, that was overpowered. But it appears you have to hold the Y button to transform this guy. This guy's moveset is so in-depth, but that's just because they had so much history to take from. With Turbocharged Donkey Kong here from his Nintendo past, you could go as far to say. And I was talking previously about his arcade game and how you can literally pound the ground and bring down the apparatus from that game, and this is what I meant when I said that. It's pretty cool. Also, this attack is really going to be broken. Ouch, ouch. It's not so broken when you get, you know, stun looped, hit, thingamabob, whatever you want to fucking call it. Point is, I got hit by one thing and another, and it just kind of all escalated from there. I'm trying to get out of the way of that, but it keeps knocking me back into his attack again. Again, it's a kind of like loop of damage, loop of stun, and then damage. I prefer being the one who creates that kind of loop upon my enemies, not the opposite way around. Luckily though, by some miracle, we're still not dead, and we claimed a supercharger chest along the way. So just as you thought Turbocharged Donkey Kong wasn't overpowered enough as is, you realise his health bar is huge, and now with this hat we can make it even bigger because we have an increase of 30 to our maximum health. That is magnificent, but let's get out of here without further ado before I proceed to fucking kill myself. And we wait for it, boom baby, we're shut room, and now let's be him again. Seems like life is still more powerful here, but luckily that's what we have food for. A very generous and nutritious piece of ice cream right now. Oh boy, we got a charger fella. Clearly my favourite kind of enemy to deal with. One that is invincible half of its time. I just love invincible enemies, they're my favourite to have to deal with. Then again, I do love it when it's the opposite way around. When a Skylanders is invincible, that I'm a big fan of, and here I am realising that when he charges he is not invincible. You just need to make sure you're not within his path and you'll be fine. Otherwise my Bowser can still deal damage to him whilst he's charging, which is pretty cool. Ow, that hit me. Makes total sense. Okay, this guy's got to go. I will mash to my heart's content. Okay, let's be pounding him. Boom! Get pounded! Oh wow, we brought out Diddy. I didn't even know we brought out Diddy with that attack. There's so many people on this character I don't know. He is insane. He is so good. This character, I love him. Yeah, get him, Diddy, my man, my Super Smash Bros. Ultimate main. Apparently I main Diddy in Smash, and now I main him in Turbocharged Donkey Kong's moveset. The best thing about this character isn't even his character, it's the appearance of Diddy Kong, obviously. Ouch, much pain, not cool. And shake room with that right there, yeah baby. Okay, let's be pounding it, sweet. Okay, let's hit him. I wish we had attacks that dealt knockback because Astro Blast made mincemeat of those guys thanks to his ability which did such things. Okay, let's be jetsoning off again and boom! Get wrecked, Cinnabore. Okay, we're just going to let our poundage deal with them fellas right now. And now we have more of the glorious Diddy Kong. We've only had bananas to trick enemies in this game because the bananas is what makes him such a valuable main to me in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, there you go. He's out of here, man. He's out of here. And soon this guy will be too. Let's bring out our Giga mode. Boom, boom, shake room. You see now that has some stunnage and knockback, which is what we love to see. We also love to see for rescuing of the Cloud Breather, the magnificent dragon himself. He's been rescued, and it's thanks to my might and glory. So this episode took a lot longer than anticipated, but that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles from time to time, or in this case, how the, length falls, how it winds up dragging itself out. Which funny because drag is also a form of racing, and this game has racing in it because of the vehicular units. So yeah, drag. Totally appropriate term for a game like this one where you have vehicles that could drag race if it was in the game. It's not in the game, but they would if they could. There you go, my knuckles feel a whole lot better now. I'm getting the video game cramps. This is what hours upon hours of video gaming looks like. Still though, no problems with that. It was almighty kind of that dragon to drop us off and everything, but he does know he didn't need to, right? Because that's what we have rift engines for. Just create a portal to and fro any point in Skylanders we wish. The power of the might of teleportation unlocked by the power of rift engines. And of all things, we decide to put them in massively super powerful vehicles. Why the heck not? I mean, it's an engine, right? Engines power machines and vehicles are machines. So, Hugo, he has a lot of explaining to do, but once he's done with that, well, we can roll the outro, get this episode done with after an hour of God knows what, let's be honest here. Yeah, we're going to be worrying about all of that in the next episode. So now Cloud Breather's Crackers came to an end. I'm actually kind of upset now because we have peaked. The game does not get better from here. That was the best level in the entirety of the video game. But you know what, we're going to continue with this series all the same. And we're going to continue with it specifically on Thursday. So I'll see you a week from now for that next episode where we're going to be tackling the Sky Kingdom. But for now, let's roll the outro and get this episode over and done with already. With that being said and done, this video is coming to an end, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. By merely clicking on this video, you've shown support and helped it garner recognition so it can reach many other viewers here on YouTube. I'd love to see you take the extra step and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Also be sure to comment below and push that subscribe button whilst you're down there. By clicking elsewhere on screen, you can either check out a video that's specifically picked out for you, or you can check out the rest of the playlist for a series you just watched. Before ending off,